Today we go over the official Star Wars The Last Jedi trailer. This is Mike Zero here once again. If you guys are new here to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, today I wanted to go over some things you may have missed in the official Last Jedi trailer, so let's get right into it. Starting off with the sequence of Rey diving into the waters of Ahch-To in one of the caves. However, if you look at the bottom right-hand portion of the frame here, you can see the skull of a sea monster residing underwater. So, in case you guys did not know, spoilers by the way, spoilers, there is a sequence in this film in which Rey actually confronts a sea monster. So far on Ahch-To, the living creatures that we know of are the Porgs, the Caretakers, and the sea monster. So this skull under the waters of Ahch-To tells us that there are indeed multiple sea monsters on this planet, which pretty much was a given. Next up, let's go to the shot of Captain Phasma going up against Finn. A fantastic shot by director Rian Johnson. Excellent use of cinematography. Now, what's great about her helmet is a lot of things are reflecting off of it, including, at the very top of her helmet, you do see Finn's face using that baton weapon up against her. Just a little detail I felt like I should put out there since I noticed it on my second viewing. Very cool stuff to look at. And the next shot, which is actually the evacuation of Dakar, we got some Resistance bombers. We got the First Order Dreadnought in the background there, some TIEs and X-Wing. Great stuff happening here. Big battle happening. However, in the very middle of the picture, you can see the ring of the planet Dakar. Now, Dakar is very much like Saturn, though it's not a gas planet. It does have a large belt going around it, a large ring. Now, what I would really love to happen in this film is if perhaps one of the TIE fighters or the X-Wings accidentally goes through these, these sets of rocks that make up this ring and they get destroyed. I would like to see something like that happen during the evacuation of Dakar. Next up, we have the back shot of the First Order Dreadnought. Now, this thing actually holds 11 engines, both big and small, and as you can see in the background, we got our very first look at the back of the First Order Dreadnought. Though this ship does not add up to the supremacy owned by Supreme Leader Snoke, known as his Mega Star Destroyer, it is still pretty big in the Star Wars universe. So, right here in this shot, we do have two engines, one rectangular and one circular. Next up, one of the most amazing shots in the trailer. Let me just tell you, Finn with the baton weapon that we saw Trader use in The Force Awakens, in his undercover First Order outfit going up against Captain Phasma. However, over to the right, you do see a headless TST Walker walking. Now, there are two possibilities here. One, alright, this thing was developed. It was developed to be headless, essentially, with just blasters on it. Because this thing, right now, it's walking through fire. There is some fire on the top portion of the legs here, but it's also got the blasters still intact. So it's either A, developed that way to the point where it doesn't need a head and just uses blasters, and it's essentially unmanned. Or, since there is a lot of destruction in the hangar of this ship that holds all these walkers, I think the head got blasted off, and for some reason the blasters are just still intact. Could be either of those two things. Next up, we have Rey. Alright, I know this is a big discussion. Is she in a cave? Is she in a tree? What's the deal? Well, here she is indeed inside of the tree. As you can see, the environment that she's in, alright, the formation of the background here is, in fact, the interior of the tree, which is said to be the first Jedi temple since they hold the ancient Jedi books. So she is inside of the tree. She's not inside of a cave here. This shot also, by the way, follows the shot showing the ancient Jedi books, which further confirms that. And next up, alright, in case you guys did not notice this, this is Kylo Ren on Snoke's Supremacy or the First Order Dreadnought. And we do in fact see some TST Walkers over there in the distance, right below, I should say, Kylo Ren's waistline. So we can see some TST Walkers, about 3 or 4 of them, and even all the way over to the left, we do see one of them walking. Next up, alright, this is the last image that I do want to go over, and it's the Battle of Crete. Alright, 2 things I want to go over here. In the distance, we do see a regular AT-AT up against an AT-M6 Walker. Now, you can see the size difference, and there is a big difference. The regular AT-AT is much smaller than that of the M6. Now, the other thing is, over to the left here, in case you guys are not aware, the AT-M6 Walkers are indeed equipped with these sharp pieces of equipment on their legs that are used to prevent what happened in The Empire Strikes Back by use of the tow cables taking them down. So if they are to ever use that strategy again, they have these things on their legs that'll cut the tow cables. Very interesting detail there, guys. I gotta say, overall, The Last Jedi looks great. The film looks great. I gotta say, it's coming in just a matter of weeks from now at this point. So guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments section. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.